slice of Warptorio life, Warpzone 18, and we kind of just got here, and we don't really need to plug everything in, because we are back to having a decent number of tanks with pumps and more tanks downstairs and all that kind of stuff, and there's immediately more exciting things to do, because last mission we found some oil. I was kind of driving around by myself, minding my own business, looking for biters to make sure it didn't bother me, and found some oil, and then did the thing where we threw down the teleporter and connected some pump jacks, and then in the time that I had left managed to salvage about 30k oil. So let's not do any of those. Let's get 2 of these and then reorganize the handcrafting queue so that we get those first, and then then we want to go back to, I guess, some of these grenades, and just like the rest of those or whatever. Oh, and also I should have probably only 2 of these. Do I still have tanks? Yes. Okay. So let's at least get this power connection done. I think why do I only have 1 offshore pump? I remember having more offshore pumps. I know I lost a bunch of them, but I think I've also just been kind of slack, not actually picking up all the offshore pumps when we warp. So we'll not even really worry about that, because we're kind of rich now. And plug this back in. Still don't have pipes on the hotbar, because they're kind of, I was hoping to not need them. Oh well, so all that's plugged in. We'll deal with this in a bit. Let's talk about tech, because a bunch of that stuff passed as well, because I think we skipped a couple of missions, which were somewhat interesting, but we got a lot of tech done along the way. So we've now done damage 3 and 4, which are kind of a big deal. We got through a lot of red and green, and even some red, green, and military stuff. There's a bunch of stuff down here that got done. I was worried that mining productivity and inserter capacity bonus, like the vanilla versions, would be kinda garbage because the mod throws us so much mining productivity. But mining productivity ended up being prerequisites for the harvester floor extensions. So we got all those because we want to do better harvester things. I think that's one of the things to look at this time as well. We also got a bunch of module stuff somewhere as well. We got a couple of modules. And then also noticed that there's a beacon that we can put in the middle of the factory floor, which sounds cool. And then if I get efficiency modules, we can do that as well. But I don't think that's what we do next. I think we actually do the blue science next. Because I reckon we gotta, like, I was thinking about how we're going to deal with this, and I think maybe we just hack in a first one here, especially as we have water here, we have oil here. Actually, let's talk about this map first. This map allegedly doesn't have much on it. There is water that seems to go on forever. The fish greet me and fill with determination. Chemical science was really fast. Okay, let's find a slow one then. Oh, now we've unlocked all the blue ticks. Yeah, cool. Do I want shooting speed? How much does this actually? Plus 20%, so it goes from like 120% to 140%. As a rate of our base damage. Okay, sure, we'll do that, I guess. Because we are getting mediums occasionally. Okay, let's hack in a bit of oil processing. Do we put it over? This is currently where kind of the space is. I guess it's going over here, sure. But we do need to get it. Because I don't want to get it too near all of these sides of things, because we want to do things with these belts and stuff like that. Is it this? That's one's definitely the wrong place. Is it on this side? No, it's on the other side. Cool. If we go, actually, if we put it here, then when we do and we branch it here, then we can still use this spot for water-based stuff later, and then we're still kind of clear of most of these pipe interfaces, which is cool. So let's set the stuff up to get into at least get some of the stuff running. Maybe I should have lights around the place. Do I not have any underground pipes? That's a little bit of an annoyance. I'm sure. So you make me a bunch of pipe, you're going to make me underground pipe when I get pipe. and then I don't need to muck around with my handcrafted queue, which was pretty much done anyway. I guess we... Yeah, because I wanted... I guess it can go here? I mean, that's kind of a spicy, high-risk place for a quite important tank of stuff to go, but never mind. Do we get... Yeah, I think we're... At this point, we are... We don't need a whole lot of these at the moment. But yeah, I think the plan is going to be, especially because we happened to find this oil last time, which was kind of a big deal. I think I want to... Yeah, I was thinking, like, what do I buffer for? Do I buffer engines for blue science? Do I try and get this and buffer plastic? Do I try and get red chips? I think what we're actually going to do is... I think we're just going to straight start working on a small amount of blue science, because I only need 75, and then we have everyone's favorite first blue science to get even more effectiveness out of the small amount of oil that we have. So I think for that, 75, wasn't it? And then each blue science needs... I need less than a stack of sulfur, because if I have a stack of sulfur, I get 100 chemical science out. But I do need like 100 and a bit red chips, which means I need, yeah, a bit of plastic, but that's probably fine. Can I line these up in a way that means that, okay, where's my chemical plant, and which way does the sulfur go? So if I can have it here, then yeah, I think we're happy with that, and then we can have thing making plastic here. Yeah. And we won't worry about how this extends yet, because I have no idea. But basically, I think we... Oh yeah, because I said... I'm not going to need more than a chest for the same. Yeah, I said I only needed one stack of this for the amount of blue science I want to get out immediately. And I think we do this slowly, we get the blue science slowly, we get all of this plastic buffering. Do I want to just give it... Yeah, let's just get a bunch of plastic. I'm sure that will go fine. And then we can put this... something like this, and then something like that. And then we can have... a belt of sulfur and plastic. And I think the plan for this belt of sulfur and plastic is we're just going to run the belt of sulfur and plastic in here and do that processing downstairs. And that... I mean, maybe we do all the petrochem here. I was thinking about doing the petrochem downstairs, and that's enough sulfur. So we're going to cut the water now, and we can just buffer the plastic we need, which is fine. And yeah, let's do a quick tour of this world and just check what's on it, because it doesn't look like there's anything around, and there might just straight up not be. Which wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, the thing I wanted to do last episode, which I think was Warpzone 15, was like briefly mention the things we had skipped in zones that weren't videos, and forgot to do that last time, but that's okay. I think going back as far as 2 videos ago was Warpzone 11, which had basically everything, and it was, you know, a wild panic of running around mining everything, trying to pick up all the miners, and escape with all my stuff before the auto warper kicked in or my base died or any of that kind of stuff. Warpzone 12 only had coal, so we mined a bunch of coal. Warpzone 13 had everything, and it was another wild panic of trying to grab and collect as much as I could. Warpzone 14 did this... Okay, I wonder if I could landfill over to that other landmass, but would I find anything useful if I did? I suspect not. Yeah, Warpzone 14 had kind of everything, but like quite low richness, especially for iron, which was a shame. Warpzone 15 was the previous video, which again had everything and was a wild panic of trying to connect all the stuff that we needed. I've done the entire drive that I wanted to do. and still talking about the other stuff, never mind. Yeah, 15 had everything, 16 had mostly copper, and we kind of ignored all of that anyway because we still just did the automation of things that were still hand-fed at the end of 15. That was kind of annoying. 17, Warpzone 17, we found, yeah, we had pretty much everything, and especially the exciting one was oil, which we've kind of just set up. And then 18 has, yeah, nothing, and I guess we just automate things. And I discovered that vehicles can also go through the teleporter, so we can do that. And yeah, that was why I was driving. I wanted to show that trick off before wandering back here, so that's pretty exciting. And we've got, yeah, slowly working through the gas. We've been through some amount of this stuff. We've got some amount. We're actually going to get, a lot of plastic out, aren't we? Because we've cut the water feed here, so that we're only getting the sulfur we need to do the science we want. Which means that, yeah, we can straight up just, okay, let's do simple things. Let's make sure this gets all the coal at once, and then also try and take some amount of, what else don't I want to take with me? Furnaces. Some amount of coal downstairs to the boiler room, because we still don't really have automation down there. Shooting speed is done. I don't think I care about shooting speed 4. The shooting speed, like, they fall off in effectiveness, in sort of marginal effectiveness quite quickly, especially as the cost is increasing. But I think we want to get efficiency modules and then a couple of layers of this beacon stuff, and I think that's going to be worthwhile. Yeah, so we want a lot of coal, because not having any resources on this map means that we don't have to worry about biters at all, and we can just look at the auto warp timer and run around and automate things. Yeah, this is the automation that I came up with, that we are now fully automated for both iron and copper. And yeah, this kind of belt weaving stuff disappeared. There's a bit of belt weaving up here, and then this buffer is currently full. These guys, oh yeah, I've got coal, but I want to take this coal to the boiler room. These labs, all of this is now fully automated as well. This snakes in kind of nicely. This is possibly the worst splitter setup I've seen, and I'm super happy with it. It's very exciting. This stuff goes, actually there was this other weird stuff down this end, wasn't there? That there was this thing that was missing, and then I also needed to fix this, and now all of these labs should get everything they need. Okay, done the beacon, haven't done the beacon, have done the modules, now let's do the beacons. So yeah, so that's all kind of working. We've still got a bit of hand-fit stuff over there, oh well, and this belt is now coming from the harvester floor, except it's set up kind of awfully, and that's a thing we're going to have to revisit. Yeah, this is a thing we got to do with more harvester space. And yeah, one of the other things that might be an important timer for this map is how much coal we have down here. I did want more water tanks, and like if I put tanks over here, they kind of take up space. If I extended this coal buffer, they'd kind of take up useful space. This space down here was kind of struck me as kind of dead space, but also I can have, yeah, this new extension as well. I can have 16 tanks of water buffer and also coal buffer, so pretty happy with how that works. Maybe I put oil processing down here as well, because I've got other pipe connections. Because the thing I'm thinking about is this water here would be accessible to a petrochem if we did that, but this steam wouldn't. But maybe it's an advantage that the petrochem can stop if it runs out of water, but the power grid keeps going. But whatever, never mind. These still need their own fuel, whatever. We didn't need to go back up here, but we noticed that some of these guys were without fuel, which is kind of why we're doing that stuff. So just refuel all of these as well. Grab some of this coal. We can also take this to the boiler room. Yeah, it's going to be this kind of chill map is going to be a mix of, like, do we run out of coal first? Do we run out of things we want to automate? Do we run out of materials that we need to run all of this? Because also, yeah, we've got these, we've got, you know, a bunch of cogs, we've got this stuff. We've still got a bit of things in the buffers. Because of this awful hack, we don't actually have a whole lot of iron left on this floor at all. Okay, we got one side of the 600 there. Cool, beacon, nice. That actually confused me because it happened at exactly the same time as the tech leveled up. But this is, I don't have any modules to put in this in the moment, but this is a beacon that covers quite a lot of space that I'm pretty happy with. But yeah, let's go and let's see if we can turn this into. Do I turn it into a blue science hack, or do I just start doing a small amount of blue science? And this. I'm gonna get a lot of plastic. I think what I actually do is we cut the oil supply so that we've processed, what, maybe the first 4K of this into gas, and then we can take this plastic and make blue science out of it, and then change these guys around so that, yeah, because this will be also here, and then this looks like it would go quite nicely like so when we need to flip that around. And so if we can do all of the rest of this processing on advanced oil processing, we'll get more stuff out. I don't really mind running that down. This is 1000 is going to be definitely enough for the amount of stuff we do. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with at least with this being somewhat automated at the moment. I think my plan for, yeah, because I was wondering about whether or not we would just hack together a nasty small blue science. Actually, the thing I did want to do, I'm stockpiling some engines here. I also want to stockpile more engines here, because I don't really have an engines plan yet, other than the fact that I do have a lot of steel, and this is going to take, I'm not going to need that much iron yet, am I? This is going to take, yeah, we can just like slowly make, I've got green science, slowly make some number of engines, which we can have an engines planned for later. I don't know how much of that I want. I've also got a lot of ammunition, and I've also got engines on me. But yeah, thing I'm thinking about is, can I just do the red circuits and, yeah, if I've got a belt through here that has, this isn't where the splitter is going, this is just to remind me that I've got a belt through here somewhere of plastic and sulfur. Actually, the plastic was on the inside of this, because the thing I'm thinking about is, can I belt weave all this stuff together so that, for example, if the plastic, actually I think that needs to be red, because I want to be able to have, okay, I'm gonna need, yeah. And yeah, and I've got this belt of green chips here as well, which might also, yeah, I made sure I could spaghetti those green chips out, even though we've got kind of a bit of a cache to work with. And so now this, like, top copper supports the green, yeah, the red science, and then also the chips that go into the green science, so that's nice. Oh wow, this beacon, the area got even larger. Okay, what do I need to do to get... Okay, I need blue science to get the next beacon. Oh well. Okay, so what else do we want? Should we just start working on the platform? Actually, no, the thing... Does this... upgrades the belt speed and chest size of all platform logistics. I reckon that is going to be a thing to do, because the other thing that I think is going to be worthwhile is figuring out how to get more stuff in through the harvesters, and so that could be a play. But yeah, I did get these, yeah. So if we belt weave this stuff through here, I'm not at all opposed to actually belt weaving, and we have this be blue science. I think this is my plan, because then this belt, which is red, can feed useful things to these guys, and then if I output here, and that's not going to work. Does it? will that work? I guess if... Because I was thinking I need... Oh no, we can make that work, yeah. Because the other belt of stuff has to be here for the red chips. And then for reasons, I think we are running this the other way like so. And then there's also still space in here to power grid all of these. And then... How do we get this stuff back out, though? Because... Yeah, this is going to be interesting, because... I think I like this plan. Let's put the things on this side. So we can have... Yeah, we can have plastic here, green chips and coils on this belt, for reasons. I think they're coming over here. I think we do a similar thing to this, but down here, which is kind of already done, except we use the iron and copper, and probably mostly copper, to make the... Let's leave a little note about... Doesn't fit. Cool, that's a thing to worry about later. Somehow I want to get that stuff down there. I want more smelting down here into copper and green chips down here to put on this belt to go into the red chips, which can come out onto this belt, which are going... So there is... Okay, yeah, so there's also more space to put things on the other side of this belt, except it's going the wrong way, because the outputs... What's on this belt? Yeah, the problem with the outputs is... If the engines are here, maybe the engines are on the... Maybe we run this way and have the engines built over here or something like that. Maybe for more smelting from, I guess, this one? Unclear. Warp platform logistics, cool. Then do we go into... I don't actually, even though this does good stuff, I don't actually want this yet for reasons that are partly metagaming. But yeah, this... It does a bunch of good stuff. It leads to damage upgrades. Do they all lead to damage upgrades? Only some of them leads to damage upgrades. Like the military science is the last one that actually leads to a damage upgrade. And is it a big damage upgrade? It's not even fantastic compared to the military science upgrades we're getting. But, I mean, being able to stay in the same place longer is nice, except that in the last mission, and I think even in 16 as well, I had to leave when I was being pressured by biters because mediums and spitters are turning up. And this may have other effects, is the bit that I'm reading and thinking... So if I was building a mod like this, there would be some kind of internal escalation like along the warp campaign that made the platform itself more polluting, because you can get to a point where like you want to raise that difficulty through the mod, and this warp reactor reassembly thing looks like it would be, especially as it gates a whole lot of important stuff, looks like the tech that does that general advancement, and that general advancement would be one tied to this metagame, this 10 minutes as well. And the metagaming that I'm doing says this may have other effects, is exactly what I would say if I was writing a mod and wanted to kind of mention that this will make the biters worse overall, without actually saying this will make the biters worse overall. So I think we don't do that one. Do we need boiler floor? Do we need... This doesn't really go anywhere except space science, which we don't need yet. The warp platform, an additional belt to the central platform stairs and harvesters. That sounds fantastic. We'll get that as well. Yeah, so how many is this? 10? I think I'm happy with 10. Is there space to spaghetti? Do I want to poke this a bit to the left? Because I don't know if there's going to be space to... Yeah, I think we poke all of this to the left a bit, even though all these things are getting slightly larger. Because I don't know how much space... Yeah, tricky thing of, I don't know how much space I need to spaghetti the various inputs in here, and then but I also don't know how much space I've got down here, but then also this thing is boosting a bunch of them, and I don't know how much of that I want either. So why do I not have... Do I not have... Oh, this is... Ah, I'm just low on red tech because this construction will actually build more green science, slightly more green science than red science, and the buffer of red science I just worked through. Okay, in that case we want to limit this to just one stack, because we can, especially at the moment where we aren't gathering any materials, it's going to be more important to not have, to not be spending things we don't need. And then, yeah, so this belt was nothing. This was just... Oh, this was going to be a green chips input belt. Yeah, because the other thing I'm thinking about is... Okay, so this one probably needs to go in. I don't know how many of these I need for this many. Is it 1 to 6? Yeah. So my green circuits will give me... A green circuit machine will give me... Okay, forgetting about building speeds, because that's all balanced anyway. Will give me 1... Will give me 2 every second, so 1 green chips will match 6 of these. Copper cables will give me 4... Yeah, so it's 1 to 6. So in fact, this 2 of these and then 2 more of these will make enough to satisfy this whole set of stuff, which is cool. That means I need... not very much iron, and actually less than a belt of stuff, which is cool, because I might be able to smelt a belt of... Maybe I can smelt a belt of stuff in here. That's a thing to worry about later. We can just hand feed all of this at the moment. Mostly we just need to... These actually don't need to be fast inserters, do they? We are not going to fast inserter this, because these guys don't need to pick... Actually, I don't need to even build this whole thing at the moment. These ones do want to be fast inserters, because they need to grab the red chips that these inserters are dropping on... Yeah, dropping on the other side of this belt. Whereas these ones, even though they're going to red, don't need to be fast, because this belt won't be moving. This is just the belt of plastic? Yeah. So if I have... Is this an output belt? No, this one doesn't need to exist here at all. Good, okay. So we can have this like so, this being plastic. That means that this one is... How am I getting the sulfur in? The sulfur needs to be on the other side of this belt. Okay, and then we need to actually filter this thing like so to make sure that the sulfur stops, and then we just get the red chips out. Like the surplus red chips. Okay, good. So having figured that out, which is nice, and then we also need... Okay, so... Is that going to put it on the correct side? It's going to put it on the wrong side. This can move... Yes, this can move up. And so that's going to put... Let's power these on so they're not blinking anymore, just because not blinking is a thing I'm going to be happier about. Yeah, so we're now going to have... When we get this belt that happens to actually line up here exactly, that was not... This has gone better than planned. That actually did not go better than planned. I need it to go there so that this one can come through here. And yeah, all these things are upgraded to red belt now. Cool. And we are processing at the rate... Yeah, we've... Is this just a fast tech? Yeah, 10 seconds. Okay, yeah, that's why none of these labs are running, because everything is just, yeah, cool, slow, fine. So this... Let's go up here and plug this belt in, which can still be a mess because I don't care and can go differently later, whatever. And then this is, yeah, this is empty, and we've got 1,000 of these here, and this is not running, but we've got all the sulfur we need for the science anyway. That's fine. Then we've got... interesting. This loader, because it's a loader, doesn't actually respect item types. super interesting. Okay, let's hack this together differently then. I think this is an unsafe place to put a filter inserter because it's going to get blasted whenever whatever changes about this, but that's fine because we can still put... Which side did I... Oh, I'm sideloading both of them. It doesn't actually matter. Okay, so we will... Yeah, we'll clear this. And then we will grab everything off this belt. So this belt will be fully plastic, probably, because I don't think I can control the side that goes on. But then, if this is sulfur... This is... I now hope I've got everything where it needs to be, because I'm kind of just plugging that stuff in at this point. If all of that is... I also can't filter these for item type. So I kind of need to... Can I... I did get logistics, so can I do something like... Okay, so I can stop this belt if I have too much of one item type or not, but I still will then need to worry about like having a splitter that searches for item type. Yeah, so I think what we do, and this still strikes me as pretty awful, but we're going to do it, is we go sulfur on... Yeah, let's put sulfur on that side, not that it actually makes a difference, and then do that, and then have tie these to this chest, and so then the sulfur belt can run if we have less than, say, 100 sulfur, and the plastic belt can run if we have less than, say, 400 plastic. And so now this box here won't get congested because we're only adding things when there's space in this box to add them. Then these output loaders will get blasted when something else arrives here because of this hat. So maybe this thing needs to go away and I need to grab them the other side. That we can re-spaghetti later, probably. Let's put in this box the things to check that it does what we want, and it does look like things are doing what we want. We're now getting plastic on the inside here, and these guys have got their plastic, and we've got sulfur on the inside here, and these guys are getting their sulfur. Okay, now we set the rest of this up. Actually, what I really want is... just a box of coils somewhere. Did I have... I don't know that I had a box of coils. For nasty hand-feeding reasons relating to the amount of blue science that we have and want. And I've got a nice buffer of copper up here, so we can just grab a bunch of this and hand-feed this in here. Engines, we are making some amount of engines, which is... Yeah, I only needed 75. So the fact that I've already buffered 60 engines here, and I don't really have an engines plan, but also all of this, like, this is a much larger blue science build than I need at the moment. Like, I don't even know, haven't really thought about how much of this we actually want. But you guys have now got plastic, which is cool. You can have coils, and I don't even mind hand-feeding that. You guys... Oh, I need to be... No, the coils don't matter because all of the red chip's going to drift down this belt anyway and end up over here, which is fine. So you guys, starting from this side, need engines, and then green chips I've got in a box here, engines I've got in a box here. We are doing some nasty hand-fed garbage, and we are not making... Some of these guys are making, more coils. We need more coils. I think we'd actually do this around the other way for the moment, don't we? Like, we know we're getting the green chips and the coils this way through somehow, and they're going on this belt. This is also less than... Yeah, this is less than half a yellow belt of coils, which is good, because it means we can just for a temporary thing, okay, we don't quite have the space to do it there. We can do it here. We can do this nasty coils thing. Actually, because of the inserter capacity bonuses, I don't actually need. I can do that with one fast inserter because these things have all the capacity they need. You guys wanted stuff and are kind of running. You guys are just not running. Who's actually completed? Products finished 7. Oh yeah, we're getting blue science out. Yes, it's fine. This is great. Yeah, and then I wanted a couple of boxes over here. This is not to stay. This is just... Yeah, so we have to have engines on the inside of this belt, which means that... Can we... And we're going to make a mess. We got 8 minutes left, which is fine, because there's no other constraints to worry about yet. So all of these red circuits we can get back here. These boxes here we can move. We can move some copper to these boxes, and you know, we're kind of fine. We're making the red circuits we need. We're getting blue science out, which is fantastic. And I think at this point, we also just buffer this here, because why not? And then, like the military science, which is also happening in small volumes, because we don't have a whole lot of stuff at the moment. Do you have enough grenades? Yeah. Yeah, we are not collecting enough stuff to be able to run that military science at any significant rate. But this blue science, engines... Yeah, let's also just... do this. Wait, no, I need... This is on the wrong side. I did want... The red chips have to share the same side of the belt as the blue science, because that's how the engines stay here. Okay, so how do we get... Okay, so I guess what we do is we just do the same nasty thing over here. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? And then we can have a box here, this inserter here, power pole here. We can put more coils in this. We can have... This is actually the same belt, isn't it? So we can have a thing here that... And then you can have anything I've got in my inventory. Yeah, so if we give those guys some coils... I mean, this is a nasty... Give them guys some coils. We want copper from over here. Yeah, managing, like, depending on which of these things we connect, might determine how we need to move these buffers around. But these buffers in particular are not things that are staying like this. This is a temporary hack until we put together some stuff powered by more mining that we plug into some of these towers. But we should now have... why do we... I guess because all of these guys got all those engines in their internal buffers. Oh well, why are you not running? Because you don't get pipes. Why do you not get pipes? Oh, because you don't get iron. Yeah. So we're in this situation of everything is kind of... Iron is actually the thing that we are stopped on at the moment, which is a bit of a shame, but... Oh, well, do we even have any iron in... I don't have any iron in... Like, I've got these cogs that we can use. I've got 200 green science buffered. So, actually, the thing we can do is 60. This is basically... And it goes in this box. This is... I mean, we wanted 75 blue science to be able to kick up the advanced oil processing. We've nearly got that. And we can automate all of this later. So yeah, that's I'm calling that happily done. For this version of, at some point later, we'll add smelting there so it's automatic, but it's hand-fed at the moment, but it's fine. I mean, we're also going to be bottlenecked by the amount of petrochem we have. I wanted to go to the harvester floor, now that we've got these harvester floor upgrades, and because this thing here is larger as well, and I think I've got iron here. I don't have much iron, but I think we're going to take this iron and... actually put it in this box. This is the box where iron needs to be, and we'll just go upstairs. And the other harvester, we don't have things set up yet either. Yeah, because do we have... Oh, we did have... This is now red, And then there was also another tick that we got partway through that gave us an additional belt, but I don't think... Maybe if I can get 2 red belts of stuff out would be pretty fantastic, because all of this, I think, wants to change. Do I even want... I don't even know if I want these furnaces here, because at this point, with the amount of automation that I've got in the main base, being able to have all of... Like, I think... Yeah, I think we're at a point where we're kind of getting enough stuff done here. That's a full belt of stuff. I think we get rid of these. I think what we want to do is... Can I have... No, because I need a bunch of stuff. I think I want to change how this is going to lay out. Because if we get 2 loaders here, because we get some other stuff done, then we can have... Yeah, if I have... Because the other thing I'm thinking about, actually, we should go and check the coal on the boiler floor and see how much we've got that. Yeah, we're still fine here. We still got these steam as well. Yeah, sure. Is, at the moment, if I slap down a harvester, then I've got 1 belt that might be either smelting or coal, but kind of not both. So I think one of the things we do is... Yeah, I'm going to vaguely describe this intent, and then get around to actually sorting this out in between. Yes, I don't know where... Yeah, this loader could be in either of these 2 places, but I want basically we have a splitter across the 2 loaders that are coming out that can actually be red belt, and then this red belt can run all the way through, and being coal, I don't need this split here, and this coal belt can just run directly to the boiler floor, although we might also want, because I think we're still hand fueling these at the moment. Yeah, it's going to be annoying to try and auto fuel those, isn't it? These at least, yeah. So we'll grab some coal here, but then this belt here, we still also want to go. We'll prioritize this to the right and pile that in there, and then have buffers here. Can we do that with larger poles? Yes. So actually, it's going to go like so, isn't it? So we're... Yeah, so if this is also red belt, then we can get 2 red belts of stuff in, half of which can already be coal and bypass the smelting. I can absorb stuff at a rate of 2 red belts, and then unpack it. I could even upgrade this so we can unpack this at a rate of a red belt. And that, I think... Oh yeah, I needed a buffer here as well. I needed a better buffer than this box. But I think that is going to be a plan that I shall think about and set up before we see it next, and then do the same thing on the other side, and that will dramatically increase all of that stuff. I've got... This should be the rest of what I need, isn't it? Can we get this done before we auto-warp? And I guess the other thing to do at this point is... Yeah, so we've already got... We've got these things set up, and then we're going to need... some kind of, I guess, I mean, I'm setting up the normal pattern. I don't know if I want the normal pattern. I also don't really have much of a plan of what we're doing with that. Auto warp in less than a minute. Can we get... Yeah, we're probably going to get this done in less than a minute, aren't we? Do I actually want... I don't know that I actually want blue science after that. I think we keep the sulfur cut. And 40 seconds. Speed run to change my oil processing recipe in 40 seconds. And I needed this one as well. And now we are... Yeah, we've got advanced oil processing, which is cool. I think we can just have... You know, I don't want to get... So we need some cracking somewhere. We're getting more of this stuff out. We've got some coal happening. What even do I want to research? I think the next research priority is, like, I don't even think I'm in a position to go after bots and all of that kind of stuff. I think if I can get this blue science running slowly and badly, that's fine. But I think the things that I really want are going to be all of these extra turret space things. So they're going to be kind of the next things. And then, yeah, we've got that stuff happening. So there's some harvester wings to update. Oh, can I get my pipes back? Yeah, good. And goodbye world. Hello world, reminding me of home that has all the resources. We've got the iron, we've got the copper. Yeah, this is going to be, maybe we can even find some more oil and put some cracking in at some point as well. But yeah, good times. That was Warp Zone 18. We've got a bunch of stuff done. I think we're going to turn the rest of this plastic into modules, various kinds of modules to get things done. Yeah, good times, lots of stuff.